Okay, let's go out to the start of the next race, which has started. Once again, we have a matchup as we did this morning among the varsities, but this is second varsity men, Trinity from Connecticut and Oregon State University from Corvallis. This morning, the folks from Trinity prevailed in the varsity race over Oregon State. We'll see what they do in the second varsity race. You can pick up a stroke as they approach the 500-meter mark. You got Oregon State at 33.5 with about 50 meters to go to the 500-meter mark. As they disappear behind the bridge, bring it home. We should have those splits momentarily. Within a few seconds, they'll pop up here. Looks like Trinity may have a slight lead over, or has a lead, as they come visible under the bridge. Split Trinity by 3/4 of a length over Oregon State at 500. Trinity in a time of 129.1 thousand. Visible to us. Let's get their stroke rate. Trinity on the right is at a 33.5, a very popular stroke this morning with a lot of crews, and that's a good stroke on this course in these conditions. 33 for just plain flat, and sometimes that rain is a help because it prevents the wind from picking up, which prevails normally at this time of year as the day progresses. Here you go with Trinity coming out of that shadow, Oregon State coming out of the shadow, Trinity on the right, Oregon State on the left. Of course, your picture's got a little darker because of the cloud cover, but still quite visible as they now are about 800 meters from the finish line, moving towards that 1,500-meter mark. Trinity seems to be in control of this race. Had a 4-second lead at 1,000, a little bit more, and seems to be maintaining that. Who knows, maybe building a little bit on it. But Trinity came here highly touted. Larry Gluckman, their coach, an excellent coach, and they won 5 out of 6 races they rode here last year. So the only way they can improve is to win all 6 out of 6, and that's a tall order. But they're well on their way to winning their first 2. As Trinity comes through the 500-meter to go mark, and Oregon State. Oregon State is staying right in there, though. They're not giving up anything. Whatever Trinity is getting, if they're getting anything, they're going to have to get by themselves. They're not going to get a gift from the Beavers from Oregon State, who row on the Willamette River there in Corvallis and have developed a great program. Many, many years. Goes way back into the middle of the last century and still going strong. A lot of great rowers come out and still come out of Oregon State, as they do Trinity, and you're seeing the future of American rowing right before you in the second varsity competition, guys moving up to varsity and some of them moving on to international competition later on. But Oregon State's still sticking them in with a vengeance. 35.5. And they actually ate into that finish line and maintaining about a 1.5 length lead over Oregon State. Oregon State doing well, and as you can see, even with the rain falling, that water is flat. As they approach the finish line, it's Trinity on the left, moving up to the line, and Trinity crosses, followed by Oregon State in a very game effort. Oregon State really hung in there and made a great race of it. They gave nothing. As your camera switches out to the start, showing a little bit darker, it looks like evening is set in, but it isn't. It's just a little darker cloud cover, but the wind is seems to have died almost completely. State moved up in the last 500 nicely. They 6:08.84 was the winning time, and 6:12 was Oregon State's time. So they took